I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Fucking A.
Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video. And this is another review, this time a paid request from Joseph. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's interested in requesting any other type of videos or reviews or topics or reactions or pretty much any type of stuff, you feel free to request it and send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both things are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called Blood Depths, which, if I could put it on here, at the beginning, it's known for its pretty entertaining ending, its final shot in particular. This is one of those films that was reviewed by the guys on Red Letter Media. And after Red Letter Media reviewed it, then more people started knowing about the film and watching it and more so. And it's one of those movies where it's a bad movie, but it's a fun bad movie because while it has overdone sound effects and dubbing and is not the best directed movie, it's fun because it goes by at a fast pace in the fact of, if you thought the original Death Wish did not have enough killing, this almost has more killing than Death Wish 3. I say almost. Death Wish 3 still beats it. And when I say it's not like it's awesome deaths, but it has a pretty big body count. Because what it is, first at the beginning of the film, almost looks like a Dr. Pepper commercial. Because you just center right on a Dr. Pepper. I'm like, what the fuck, Dr. Pepper? Be a pepper? You want to be a pepper? She want to be a pepper too? I was waiting for that to happen. But it's this couple at a picnic, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, it's an anti-Dr. Pepper commercial, because these people are like, fuck you, and they're just ready to kill this couple, and they chase this couple. And even the titles are shivering, because the titles keep this when they pop up, like of the opening credits. Like literally, the titles are shaking for some reason. They're shivering with fear. And as the two are running away, our bad guys shoot the guy in the back, and then they shoot the girl in the back. And the girl happens to be the daughter of Richard Harrison. And he decides to take revenge. And he finds the guys pretty fucking quickly. And like when you get in fight scenes, it's more of those, like Captain Kirk against the Gorn type of fight scenes. Not, awesome Van Damme, Scott Adkins type of fight scene, Michael Jai White type of fight scene. It's more, again, ready for Captain Kirk to strike the Gorn on Star Trek. But sometimes I could be in the mood to enjoy even those type of fight scenes. And he shoots a lot of people. He's fighting in weight rooms. He's shooting guys. One bad guy dies because the other bad guy was a tattletale, and just the other bad guy bangs his head against the wall and then shoots him. At one point, Richard Harrison shoots through a magazine. The dub is laughable. You have certain people going, what do you want to know? What do you want to know first, the who or the why? Both. Okay. I'm like, okay, well that didn't... Should I bother asking in the first place? There are times where... I don't even know how the fuck to describe this film. It's pretty simple and basic, but I guess like the person who made this go, you know what? Just let the plot fly and have Richard Harrison kill a lot of people. Is that a bad thing? Just a lot of quirks. For example, at one point he randomly kills a rapist. Because he kills the people who got his daughter very quickly. I'm like, are we done with that already? Okay, that wasn't much of a film. Oh, there's a whole lot. What the fuck is the rest of the movie about? Oh, he's just killing random bad guys. Like, Death Wish. Only a bigger body count than the first Death Wish. And like, he'll kill rapists, and he chases a purse snatcher, and the guy has like a Superman cap, and he beats the fuck out of that guy. There's a point where he sees this old man gets taken advantage of, and he fouls those three guys. He's like, the old man wants his money back, and he shoots three, including one in the head. These even at points he has little traps. Not much. Like the only one I could think of is he has a golf ball as like an exploding golf ball. And it's funny because the scene before he told his wife, I'm not going to kill anymore. Then the next scene is that, and I had to think like, was that Richard Harrison? Was that someone else? Because I don't remember him using... I thought it was Richard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong and it wasn't. It was something else. And the plot is just so flimsy, I lost track. But either... Because I'm like, I don't remember using a lot of traps before, but here's like an exploding golf ball. So then the other part of the plot comes into place because his wife gets taken. Then the lead guy, Richard Harrison, gets taken. They put a blindfold on him and they say, we want this place cleaned up and you're going to do it. If you don't, your wife will be hurt. We're going to give you this other lady and she's going to watch over you and you're going to work together to get these other bad guys. So they're forcing him to doing his vigilante work. And really, the flimsy plot is just an excuse to, here's a scene where they kill people, here's a scene, and I mean, granted, I'm like, okay, because it's not boring, at least it wasn't to me, and, but it's, I guess it's, what do you want in this kind of film? If you're wanting any kind of semblance of plot, any semblance of characters, any semblance of non-dubbing or good dubbing, you're not getting it. I mean, for me, if you took, like Richard Harrison, I don't mind the look of him. The dub is a little bit awkward to say the least. I'm just saying, like, man, if you put another guy in this, like Reb Brown, and he can yell every time he kills someone, he does a yell. Or, I mean, it's 1985, if you had Steve James, like the same story, but Steve James, or from American Ninja, the early films, or like Richard Harrison, I'm indifferent on. I didn't grow with Richard Harrison stuff. Mainly known for these really laughable B, C grade movies. But I don't have much connection to Richard Harrison, and his look of his face is fine with his mustache, but again, I just think, man, there's a lot of other guys I would have preferred in this role. And I think that would have made the film even more interesting to me. Or if you really went gun-ho with the gore and said, you know what, if you don't have him kill all these people, put in like arms exploding, heads exploding. Although you do a couple, like people shot in the head or some little squibs in there. The ending, there's a point where he snipes some people. At times the movie cuts to these cops. That's against the law. Yeah, but he's doing the dirty work for us. You know, he's helping us. So the cops know it, but they don't want to get involved because, hey, he's doing our job for us. And there's this other guy that works with Richard Harrison, and he pretty much lets them know that they had you clean up the streets. And then they have the cops put a hit on your head. Because they want to move in and they want to take over the drug scene because there's now no more competition. There's a lot of killing in this movie. That's really all this film has is laughable, quirky scenes and a lot of killing. And for a guy like me, sometimes those simple things can make it at least enjoyable and yeah. Well, it's not boring, and I just saw fucking Wonder Woman 1984, and I'd rather watch this fucking movie because it's an hour shorter, and there's a lot more going on, and there's, at least for bad, there's stuff to laugh at. Unlike Wonder Woman 84 that you just snore through the whole fucking thing. Spoiler alert for the third act. His friend tells him the info in a phone booth. His friend gets killed. He finds out where his wife's at. His wife dies because the car she drives up in when they let her go has a fucking bomb and then blows up. So now he's pissed. So now he's going to kill the rest of these bad guys. Throws knives into some fools. Shoots some guys. Gets this big silver, like, fuck-off grenade launcher that you see in the covers. Sadly, he only uses that like twice. I wish he used it more. Like, I wish he went like Reb Brown, like Strike Commando, Reb Brown. That's a very fun bad movie. Like, because Reb Brown, there's a lot of killing in that, but you get your explosions. Dakota. Da, 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 da. That's what made like I feel like this is entertaining. But if you have a lead that like Reb Brown that's just really gusto, motherfucker, you know, then this should really for me be like a pinnacle of fun, bad action cinema. But Richard Harrison is tolerable, and there's people that will get some fun out of it, and I did get some fun out of it. I don't know if I would ever watch this film again, but I mean it's better than some Death Wish wannabes I've seen. And then there is stuff to laugh at. And I did this grenade launcher. I did a silver, like, fuck-off one. I wish he used it more than twice. Let him, like, blow up some buildings or some shacks or blow up some cars or something with it. Not a whole lot he gets to do with it. And so then the last bit, he gets shot. And again, if I'm able to show the footage at the beginning of this, he's shot. He happens... We've never seen... I don't remember ever seeing this fucking weapon. But he has this wrist rocket blows up the guy, and then it blows the bad guy up, freeze frames, and text just goes, the lead guy turned himself in. He's now serving a life sentence. I'm like, wow, that's really depressing, because, I mean, the guy killed the bad guys that killed his wife. Now he's serving a life sentence? Like, what a fucking bummer. But the way it's done is so fucking funny unintentionally that it didn't bum me out, because it was just... That's the way to end a movie. And people on YouTube have done this thing where they take other movies and you go, what if it ended like this movie? So like people are like, what if Back to the Future, or what if Guardians of the Galaxy, or what if this ended like Blood Depths? And like freeze frame, text, and so I mean it's a movie that is unintentionally funny at times, that has a lot of killing in it. Again, quirky stuff. I remember him running after the guy with the Superman cap on, and like everyone the lead guy knows dies. Pretty much all the bad guys die. You do wish, well, I do wish that the lead was, again, more of a personality like Reb Brown or Steve James, or I think 1985. Like, who you could get. It's not like Stallone or Arnold. Although, honestly, you could just watch Commando, which is a much better version of a movie like this. Instead of a wife, it's Arnold going after his daughter, and the daughter doesn't die, and he kicks everyone's like, part of me is like, I'd just rather watch Commando. I'd rather watch Rambo First Blood Part 2. They both came out in 85. So this movie's nowhere near those. So I was like, I'd rather watch Rambo 2. I'd rather watch Commando. For one watch, it was fun. It was on YouTube for free. If you like junk action films that are short, has a lot of killing, and is at least funny, entertaining in some capacity. Like, this is not Robo Vampire. Yeah, this is not that type of god. Like, I'm not getting zero. I'm really just, my soul is sucking out of my body. It's not that. So I'm being somewhat vague so I don't spoil everything about the movie, but it just, I mean, I talked about the ending, but the ending's like the part that cinches the whole thing together. You could tell they had a low budget. You could tell that I have a reason. That's not originally how the movie was supposed to end. I have some fucking inclination that this movie wasn't finished, or maybe that's not the case. Maybe it was, or just maybe it was finished, but the director just said, "Fuck it, I'll end it this way." Just it's never ended that way before. I just to give credit that, I mean, you know how Roger Corman says, when the monster's dead, the movie's over? This director took that literally and said, when the bad guy's dead, the movie's literally over. 1 second after explosion, boom, over. I'm like, making my nose itch. I don't even know how to review this, because, you know, people like Red Letter Media, they don't do a lot better job than I would. Like I said, it just... when you look at films like this, you know that you can judge it on a typical note and just go all over the place on how poorly made or constructed or the plot hole. But at the same time, I guess movies like this in the 80s, even the early 90s, but mainly the 80s, these low-budget type of action or even horror, whatever, they have a certain charm where you just see that I just want to make some type of entertainment and go with it, and sometimes it's okay to have a film that it's not boring, and it kind of did what it wanted, and at sometimes it did the... sometimes you want a bit of junk food. Maybe that's the way. Like after sitting through Wonder Woman 1984, you know, junk food like this, it may not be good for me, but at least it hit the spot and woke me up a little bit. I don't know how else to review this. It just, if the movie's not as crazy, I'm making it sound like. I'm just saying, it's very straightforward and it's very. It loses the plot because you would think, hey, maybe you wanted to find the murderers of your daughter. Maybe you lengthen that out, but then it's like you got that over like 15 minutes. Oh shit. Okay, let's find more of the movie. I would not be surprised if there's some kind of backstory behind this. I would not be surprised. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.